Hi, Trevor here, Life Reflection Requests. Thank you for stopping by. Well, this channel has received another request, which is just awesome. And so we're breaking into the series. I know I promised Bachelor Girl last time, but we'll move on to her next time. So I do trust you enjoyed Ariana Grande last time. We're going to a guy today, a very significant guy today, particularly in the world of contemporary Christian music. Many people have cited this guy as a major influence, and we're going to get on one of the gifts that this guy has left the church in a minute. The story started in 1955 in Indiana. A pretty simple upbringing. He associated himself with the Quakers and just enjoyed that really simple lifestyle, and that was the thing that would inform his whole life. The guy we're talking about today is Rich Mullins. Now, he was very much inspired by the 1964 performance by the Beatles on the Ed Sullivan Show. He just loved the complexity of their production, the beautiful harmonies, and just the whole thing that makes the Beatles, well, the Beatles. And so very much he started a bit of a music career, but a significant thing happened for Rich in 1980s. Around the late 1980s, he moved to the Navajo Nation. And that very much, certainly when I met Rich Mullins through one of his albums, The World as Best I Remember It, very much informed his music from that day onwards. He was so into humanity, this guy, that any profits that he made from his recordings, and plus just keeping a little bit aside, he donated most of it to charity. So Rich Mullins wasn't that very wealthy. He actually gave most of his money away. That makes this pretty significant. Between 1996 and 1992, there were 10 studio albums, 6 compilation albums, and 20 singles. Now, Rich unfortunately left us in 1997 after only at the age of 41, so not very old at all, this guy. And one album was released after his death in 1998. Now, his death kind of rocked the Christian community, Christian music world significantly, and many people have cited Rich Mullins, including people such as Amy Grant, as a major influence, and the unsettling component of contemporary Christian music as he's been cited as being, because he kind of just disrupted stuff a little bit. He wasn't scared to be different, and he wasn't scared to truly talk about his faith and what made God so important to him. And we'll get into how he did that in a minute. Rich Mullins received 4 Dove Awards. It's acknowledging Christian music, and there's been a lot of nominations as well. So, as I said to you before, Rich he actually moved to the Navajo Nation. Of course, we're talking about Indigenous America here. When you think about American Indians, you think about wide open spaces and beautiful panoramic views, and just this feeling of connection with the land and the sky and the animals and all the rest of it. You don't take over nature, you live with it. And when you add a creator in there, which of course people with Christian faith believe God created the world, it's like just an all-encompassing picture. And then what you can do, if you then bring music into that space as well, creating the space and grandeur with your music, it just really takes on a whole new thing. And this is what makes Rich Mullins so significant and so influential. I talked a little while ago about Chris Rea and his song Givany, and I talked about that and Monet's Garden, and even Alan Parsons and La Sagrada Familia, how their music and the kind of thing that the song is about, when they meld so beautifully together, it just creates an absolute masterpiece. And this was the significance of Rich Mullins. But to the point where it was just a little bit unsettling. You think, oh, wow, this is just amazing and beautiful. And you get swept up by it. And this is very much the case with the song that I was asked to look at today, The Colour Green. Very much a song around, and one of the lines, the moon is a sliver of silver. like a wood chip dropping to the floor of a carpenter's shop. What beautiful imagery that is. You know, a sliver of silver. You know, you look up at the moon and, you know, it might be just a little crescent moon or it might be a full moon, and that kind of just takes over the whole sky. You think, wow, something quite beautiful and almost sacred about that moment. You think, well, yeah. But to be able to, then to compare it to like a wood shaving falling off a carpenter's bench, and the fact that it's almost like, well, there's a creator creating something beautiful, and there's a creator that's created the moon. And so, you know, it's quite a beautiful thing to think that we have this sense of space and grandeur about the world we're in. I've often, and what Rich Mullins also challenges us to do, I think, is to look at our world with a sense of wonder and a sense of amazing, and how beautiful it can be. In the house I'm living in now, in the new Life Reflection studio, I've got a sunrise one side and a sunset the other. And fortunately for me, I can actually go outside and actually look. If I'm up early enough sometimes, you know, the sunrise is just stunningly pink. Going the other side, we've got sunrise, and I'm never going to get tired of this view, because we build into our lives this sense of wonder and amazement of what nature brings. This is very much what Rich Mullins has brought to the world with his legacy. And so, you know, never be tired of the wonder of this world. If you need to go and find it, leave the city and find a place where there's nothing man-made. Just stop the car, get out and have a look. Or, you know, if it's at night, you want to catch the stars, get out of the city a little bit, look up and just look at the stars and think, wow. Take a mug of coffee with you maybe, and just sip your coffee as you're standing there looking, because we should never be tired of this world that we live in. So trust that will all be an encouragement for you in your part of this beautiful world. Of course, it's not beautiful everywhere at the moment. You know, humans get in the way of that beauty a bit sometimes, and we think, oh, why is this even happening? But it is. Thoughts are certainly with people in Ukraine at the moment. It's not beautiful over there at all, but, you know, there is beauty in all around us, and I hope that that war stops soon. So we're on to the clips. So we do have the colour green. This is the official clip. You know, it's nothing like, you know, a song together with sweeping panoramic views to really bring a song alive. This came off A Liturgy, A Legacy, and a Ragamuffin Band from 1993. So this is the, and so Ragamuffin Band was another group he was kind of involved with for a while. Another song of his, My Delivery, is one of these sort of classic songs. So it's the official clip of that one. We then got Creed, again an official clip. This is very much a statement of belief for Rich Mullins. You may or may not resonate with these lyrics, but the thing I love about this song is just the conviction of it and the fact that he absolutely believes what he's singing here. So we've got Creed off the album Belief. We then got the song Step by Step. This came from The World as Best I Remember It, Volume 1. This is a live version, and in this one says some stuff behind, just about his journey, about the fact that our lives are incredible things, but never be afraid to be amazed and in wonder about the world that we live in and what's perhaps maybe all behind it. And so we've got that one. And then from the same album, that's a live version, by the way. And then from I reckon from the same concert, and you notice that he's wearing sort of indigenous American clothing. Again, he identified with the Navajo nation very much. Calling Out Your Name, this is probably the first Rich Mullins song I ever heard. And I was wondering what makes this incredible, beautiful sound at the beginning of this song, and I realised it's actually a native Navajo instrument he's playing here. Now, this is really complicated what he's doing here, and he's carrying this whole complicated thing all the way through while he's singing. This was made Rich Mullins a master. He's a multi-instrumentalist, a pretty amazing singer as well, and for him to be able to do all of that while he's singing is absolutely stunning. And of course the band behind him is just capturing that whole, when you think about space and grandeur, this is another song you think about. And the band just captures that space and wonder so well. Now, I talked a little bit before about a song, A Gift to the Church from Rich Mullins, and this is the song Awesome God, came out in 1988. It's awesome God, by the way. Winds of Heaven, Stuff of Earth was the album. Again, beautiful album title, this one. Winds of Heaven, Stuff of Earth. Beautiful, beautiful title to an album there. And again, this is a classic Rich Mullins song. If you're in the church, you know the song well and truly. It's only short, but it's so stunningly good, this song. So we've got a live version of that one as well. Here you see how good he is on the piano as well. So multi-instrumentalist. So the links to those 5 songs are in the description below. Now, when there's a request, I don't put in the clip from last time, so Ariana can wait till Bachelor Girl. So you'll find the links to those 5 songs in the description below. That's always where you'll find my links. And thank you for the lass who's requested a few times now, which has been pretty amazing. I think she lives in South Africa, which is pretty cool. Has requested Rich Mullins today. So if you've come back for another one, if this is your first time to Life Reflection through music or requests as it is today, thank you for everyone for hanging around. And I've been really appreciating the engagement of late. So that's it for today. Next time we'll get back to the series and Bachelor Girl. So until then, I'll catch you around. Bye for now.